Bryan Johnson spends $2 million each year to reverse his biological age, and it is working. He reversed it by more than 5 years, and in today's video we're gonna review his diet protocol, his sleep protocol. I wanna see if there is something that we can introduce into our lives. I am a big believer in the term success leaves clues. I wanna learn from people who did something outstanding, who managed something successfully, and that's the intention for today's video. I would say let's jump right into it. So first of all, for the people who don't know who Bryan Johnson is, including me, I mean, right now my entire feed is full of Bryan Johnson, Instagram, YouTube, the guy who wants to have an 18-year-old body. That's the title that I remember. I was like, what? And he spends millions on it. Okay, he was the founder, chairman, CEO of Braintree. Braintree acquired Venmo for 26 million, sold it to PayPal for 800 million. Okay, so I guess this guy has some money to spend, obviously, and he's currently 45. The first question that I ask myself is, what did he look like before? So let's see if we can find a couple of pictures here. Bryan Johnson, 2017, and in 2021. Wow, that is crazy. I would say in the right picture, he definitely looks 5 years younger. Okay, now I'm curious. By the way, I didn't do much research on this guy. I think it's more fun if I react without preparing myself properly. I found a couple of videos that I wanted to watch. They're all pretty short. The first question you might ask yourself, like, why would you do that? And he actually made a video about it. Why I am spending millions to be 18 again. Let's watch it.
This one is metformin. This is given typically to diabetics. It's been also taken off-label for longevity purposes.
So he takes metformin. I know that David Sinclair, I think he also takes it. He also talks about it. I don't say take it. I'm still in the process of deciding whether I want to take metformin or not. I didn't make a decision yet. Like, I'm already looking at all of the supplements here. He takes turmeric. Is that EPA DHA? That makes sense. EPA DHA, Vivo Life, discount code or link in the description below.
People who I admired the most did things typically over a multi-decade time frame. People who, in their time and place, they survey the landscape of things that they can do, and they identify the thing that can barely be seen.
Jesus Christ, he is lean. Wow.
So I'm not saying, here's my protocol and believe me. I'm saying, here's my protocol, here's all my data, and here's what I'm experimenting with next, and here's where I've made mistakes, and here's where I'm trying to fix it. It's really a stacked process of maybe 100 different things I do, because you have to think about the body in its entirety. 118, is that right? Mm-hmm. How the heart ages is different than how the lungs age, and how the lungs age is different than how the brain ages. You have to really think about it from a holistic perspective.
I have to be honest, this looks a bit like... I'm already curious. I already want to know, what is he eating, when, how many meals a day. Okay, let's jump to the next video that I found. A typical morning. So let's go through his morning routine, and maybe, hopefully, he talks a bit about the food that he is eating.
Good night's sleep. To bed at 8:30. It's 5:30 right now, and let's get going.
So he wakes up at 5:30 a.m. Went to bed at 8:30 and woke up at 5:30. What is that? Good 9 hours of sleep?
163.9, down 0.7 pounds, 147 of muscle, 7 pounds of bone, 22.2 BMI, 6% body fat.
6% body fat. I don't know what kind of scale that is, but usually, like, I haven't seen a scale that actually measures your body fat pretty accurately. Like, if you want to measure your body fat, you probably would do a DEXA scan or something. But who knows, maybe he has some fancy scale that costs millions and we don't know about it, but I'm not sure if that's an accurate thing. Even though 6% is probably not too far away, but 6%, that's like running around with 6% of body fat is, I'm not sure if it's that good. You probably, like, you lose your entire libido. Like, there is no libido with 6% body fat. But yeah, anyways.
Now let's start the meditation. and some light therapy.
Dope, he meditates. And his back. I'm sorry, guys. I should stop commenting on his physique.
That's complete. Let's see what the results are. Surprisingly accurate. I have a 10 out of 10 readiness score today. It measures my HRV using frequency domain and time domain analysis. It's surprisingly accurate. When I feel stressed or had a bad night, typically comes up if my sympathetic nervous system is much more active. Today it's 10 out of 10, 66 HRV, 56 heart rate.
Oh, okay. I was already about to say, like, when I wake up, the first thing that I want is daylight, sun exposure, in some way, like not directly looking into the sun, but you know, if you want to feel awake, go outside and avoid the darkness. But he does some light therapy. It would be interesting to see what it actually is. Yeah, can be the fanciest machine in the world. I don't think you can replace the sun. And even if there is a... Anyways, I'm judging too much. I have an Aura ring, it's charging right now. But those readiness scores, they are really... most of the time accurate. I always do a little check-in. If you have a fitness device, I check in and give myself a score. How am I feeling today? And then I look at the device, because otherwise it might be influencing you, and I don't want to be, you know, if the device tells me I'm a 10 out of 10, but I don't feel well, what I'm feeling is then more important. But anyways.
I'll drink a total of about 48 ounces today. 2.5 grams of creatine.
2.5 grams of creatine. I get my creatine from Vivo Life. Also a link in the description below. High quality stuff. So creatine, and I think I see salt in the background.
8 drops of manganese, 125 milligrams of liquid iodine, because today's Saturday. 250 milligrams on 2 tablespoons of spermidine, 500 milligrams of cacao for the flavonols. It increases nitric oxide for the workout, blood flow to the heart and brain. And then a teaspoon of cinnamon.
I honestly thought he will use beetroot or something.
Do a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil.
No.
That would be 1 of 3, so 50 milliliters of olive oil each day. All nicely labeled upon waking, lunch, and bedtime. About 25 pills and a small handful. Look at that, still half to go. What could be a better pre-workout than olive oil, spermidine, peptides, cinnamon, creatine, cacao for the flavonols, and 25 pills.
25 pills, okay. There is just not enough time in one video. That video would be 3 hours. So it looks like he does resistance training, bit of cardio as well. I mean, it's just one workout, maybe we see more, but looks like he tries to grow his calves. I'm gonna skip the workout part because I mean, I don't think it's a surprise any longer that working out is good for you in terms of also like longevity. I find this one quote nails it perfectly. We don't stop exercising because we grow old. We grow old because we stop exercising. Whenever you read a book about longevity, whenever you hear anything about longevity, exercise always plays a massive role. And I'm not just talking resistance training, but also cardio. So working out is obviously pretty important. But yeah, I don't think we learn anything new here.
My team and I make recipes, and we try to create the perfect diet. So I consume 2,150 calories a day, and we try to make every single calorie perfectly suited for my body. We don't waste a single thing. And so this represents all of our scientific work, all evidence-based medicine. We try to have zero guesswork. It's all based upon hundreds of measurements from my body that generate the data, and we look at that through evidence-based medicine, and we then formulate these recipes. So I'll show you what it is. My conscious mind is never consulted about what it wants to eat. My body is. So these measurements ask my liver and my heart and my DNA methylation what they need to thrive as biological processes and organs in my body. And it generates data. It says, I'm happy in this way and I'm sad in these ways. And then we try to make all these organs and biological processes happy with the food. And so this is what I'm given today. So you saw in the morning, I'll eat, for example, I'll have additional of olive oil, collagen peptide. I'll add some pea protein to the nutty pudding, which I'll show you in a minute. But otherwise, this is all I can eat all day long. Around 50 pounds a month of vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, ginger, garlic, mushrooms, hemp seeds, 300 grams of black lentils, a low simmer, because it'll take me about 20 minutes to shower and get all my skincare done.
I'm not sure if I would heat hemp seeds. I would just add them on top later because, you know, hemp seeds are really high in omega-3 fatty acids and you don't want to heat omega-3 fatty acids, but I'm judging too much, huh? Otherwise it looks great. Well, what he said, I don't know what it will taste like, but obviously like broccoli, cauliflower, it all sounds amazing.
Think about the day and quickly the most important things that I want to accomplish and be thinking about. I really don't like listening to podcasts or news or anything because I absorb that energy and then I become that energy. And so whatever it is, I really want to be in my own mind and focus on the things. And then after this point in the morning that I can open up and just expose myself to different energy sources. But in the morning I can keep it very stable.
I liked what he just said. I'm also a big fan of not exposing myself to WhatsApp, social media early in the morning. I find it really helpful to be in a nice state and don't think it's a smart idea to wake up and immediately check your phone and messages, you know, like it just it can be so stressful. Early in the morning is so vulnerable, I think, and waking up, checking your phone, comparing yourself to other people, seeing their highlight reel, I don't think how this would be of any value. Like you wouldn't let thousands of people into your bedroom early in the morning. It would just be overwhelming. But when you check your phone early in the morning, like, you know, work and this and that, and you are so, it can overwhelm you. And I know that many people struggle with this. So especially if you struggle with anxiety, you feel overwhelmed, avoid checking your phone early in the morning. I really like that.
The next tablespoon of olive oil. This is one of my favorite dishes, curry pumpkin soup. If I remember correctly, it's 300 grams of pumpkin, 400 grams of sweet potato, some other stuff, but it's delicious. Nutty pudding. This is for dinner, so I'll have this probably around somewhere between 2 and 4 p.m. Brazil nut for the selenium. That's 15 calories. Previously, I drink wine every day.
You're not gonna drink wine early in the morning. No, come on.
Stained my teeth, so I'm now gonna try to get the essential component in a supplement.
He is probably referring to resveratrol. I'm not sure if red wine is the smartest idea. I also think you need a lot of resveratrol or a lot of red wine to get that much resveratrol that it would be significant enough. I think it's really important to highlight, even though he reversed his age, biological age successfully, not everything is gonna be perfect. And I think drinking red wine every day, I'm not sure if that would be the smartest thing to do.
With super veggie, I'll do 500 milligrams of cacao, teaspoon of cinnamon, a little bit of trehalose. This is a treat. The light therapy is for area rejuvenation, tendons, ligaments. And then this light I do for about 15 minutes a day, 10,000 lux for mood support, and then also circadian rhythm normalization.
Okay, then he does light therapy. I think I want to know a bit more about his diet, otherwise we're going to sit here for the next 6 days. I saw that he's only eating 1 meal a day, and it reminded me of Dr. David Sinclair. I want to learn a bit more, and I'm always curious, like, how do you guys do it? How do you cover your calories? They're all pretty lean. Well, let me know, should I Should I maybe try 1 week or 1 month eating just one meal a day? So I need around 3,000 calories to just function, to maintain my weight. If I exercise a lot on that day, I need even a bit more, and then 3,000 into one meal. I think with like smoothies and the way he does it, like he's smart, he blends it so it's less difficult to eat that many calories. Do you know what I mean?
What's your actual diet? What do you eat? How often do you eat?
My current protocol is basically the result of thousands of experiments and decision making. So I do this every 90 days. I do the tests, I do the cycle throughs, then I measure again, and then I'm measuring all the time. And so what I of course am optimizing for my biomarkers. I want perfect cholesterol, and I want perfect blood glucose levels and perfect DNA methylation, processes. I also want perfect sleep. And so, for example, recently, in the past 2 weeks, my resting heart rate has been at 42 when I sleep. And when my resting heart rate's at 42, my HRV is at its highest. And I wake up in the morning feeling more energized than any other configuration. And so I know from all these processes that eating at roughly 8:30 in the morning, right after I work out on an empty stomach, creates enough distance between that completed eating and bedtime where I have almost no digestion processes going on in my body. Therefore, my resting heart rate goes very low. And when my resting heart rate is very low, I sleep with high quality. And so basically, I've been trying to optimize the entirety of what I eat to my sleep quality. And my sleep quality then, of course, feeds into my willpower. So it creates this virtuous cycle.
Really interesting point. So I don't know if it's still a surprise, but the earlier you eat, the better your body's ability to handle, for example, glucose, or regulate your blood sugar levels is better in the morning. Your sleep is better if you don't eat right before you go to bed, or digesting food is a really intense process for the body. And that's also from the data that I collected through my tracker. The earlier I finish eating, the better. Resting heart rate is lower, my HRV is better, my just sleep quality is better. For example, like if I would do the opposite, if I would eat a heavy meal right before I go to bed, my sleep quality is just worse, like a lot, I would say. Feels like 30-40%. I need more sleep, and the quality is just not as good. So apparently he eats one meal a day early in the morning and then fasts until the next day.
And so at 8:30, what I do is I eat what I call super veggie, which is it's a pudding of 250 grams of broccoli, 150 grams of cauliflower, and a whole bunch of other vegetables. That I eat what I call nutty pudding, which is
You make the pudding yourself, like the what do you call it? Like a veggie mix, whatever thing. Is that like a blender?
High-speed
blender.
It can be made in a high-speed blender. But basically, I eat the same thing every day: a veggie bowl, in the form of pudding, and then a bowl in the form of nuts. And then I have
vegan.
Vegan, yes.
Vegan. So that's fat, and that's like that's fat and carbs and that's the protein and so on.
Then I have a
Does
third
it taste good?
I love it. I love it so much I dream about it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This is
And then I have a third dish, which is it changes every day. Today it was kale and spinach and sweet potato.
Okay. So one meal a day, but 3 different dishes, and I guess there's somewhat like a couple of minutes break in between. I have a question. Why are they drinking Fiji water? He also talks a lot about his sleep protocol. Nothing surprising here, in my opinion. Read the book Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker, and you will learn the most important things. Not a surprise that sleeping enough is important for both lifespan and health span. At the end of the day, we also, like as human beings, we want to enjoy our daily life. We want to feel good right now. And sleeping enough, at least 7.5 hours, maybe even more, depending on your needs, is crucial, is really important for all kinds of things. And I'm glad he brings it up and shares that you know, sleep is important. And I also like that they measure everything. If you really want to dive deep, you will find the links in the description below. You can see all of his blood levels, everything. And I mean, whatever he does, it seems to work for him, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. So he eats 1977 calories a day, 2000 calories in one meal. That's definitely doable. That's what I do. I just eat more calories. So I would need to lose some weight to be able to, you know, function with less calories. I think 100 plus pills daily. Maybe that's a different video to like really dive deep and understand what kind of pills, what kind of supplements. I mean, we saw a bit, but yeah, 3 different meals. And I assume I would like to know in what kind of time frame, if it's considered, I mean, he just said 1 meal a day, but it's 3 different dishes. So 1 meal probably takes a bit longer, like 1 or 2 hours. And I think then it's possible, but maybe he says something about it now. From a longevity point, it's probably better to eat less meals, but that is just really important. We are also individual, you know, and if you right now have 5 meals and you snack all the time, maybe it's gonna be a bit difficult to change immediately to just 1 meal. For me right now, it is still really challenging to get enough calories in just 1 meal, so that I'm saying I have 2 meals a day. One around 10 and then the second one a bit later. But that really depends on my day. I try not to eat too late because it impacts my sleep.
Yeah, this is nutty pudding. So this is macadamia nuts, walnuts, pomegranate juice,
Cherries.
Okay, so he does eat fruit. Okay, that's good. That's good. I was like, so this is apparently some berry mix, pomegranate. Not only looks delicious, it also sounds delicious. Berries together with nuts.
This is the 3rd meal of the day. Let's see. Oh, the 3rd meal of the day was, what was it? Yeah, like a salad with like chickpeas, pomegranate seeds, some guacamole.
Okay, then he has a salad. So 3 different meals. First one was this veggie thing, then the berry pudding, and then some salad with, is that chickpeas? Okay, to put it in a nutshell, he eats once a day, 3 meals that accumulate 2000 calories. I mean, he exercises, he sleeps well, he has other important things. Supplements is like plays a big role in his life, but also an entire skincare routine that he shares here, and like many things. And I admire his dedication to find out what works best for him. I like that they give disclaimers in the video saying like this is really individualized, that's for his body, his nutrition, and we measure everything, and if there's like a lack somewhere, we analyze it and we change it. So let's maybe stop here. There was a lot of input. Here are my biggest takeaways and maybe also some practical advice. Number 1, he prioritizes his diet. He eats a whole food, plant-based diet. I think what we all can agree on, at least most of us, that eating a lot of plants is a good thing. Veggies, fruits, a whole food, plant-based diet is what he follows. Sleep has to be a priority if you want to live a long and healthy life. Also, if you want to enjoy your day-to-day life, at least 7.5 hours of good quality sleep. And I mean 7.5 hours of sleep, and not just 7.5 hours of laying in bed. It doesn't include watching TikToks at 2 a.m. That's not called sleep. Prioritizes exercising, which is also not a surprise. He does other things too. I don't know if it is available for everyone to spend $2 million on a team of doctors, on supplements. I don't want to know how much he spends every single day on taking that many supplements. I don't think it is necessary in order to achieve great health and enjoy your day-to-day life, and yeah, do what you can control to live a long life. You know, you can have the perfect lifestyle and still tomorrow, like we all don't know, our time is limited. We don't know how much, even if he does everything right, still something could go wrong. You know, it's not that there's 0% of developing a disease or getting hit by a bus tomorrow. You know, we all don't know, but I think what something that's important to all of us is to feel good in our day-to-day life, and then diet, sleep, exercise, those are like the pillars of feeling good now, and apparently also to live a long, healthy life. There's a great book, Lifespan, highly recommend it. And there are definitely things that repeat themselves, like eating less often is apparently really helpful if you wanna live maybe a bit longer than you would if you would snack all day. That's it for now. Subscribe, thumbs up, and let me know in the comments if I should try the 1 meal a day thing. And yeah, we might see us in the next video doing exactly that. I see you then. Take care, my friends.